So, good morning, student. So, previous class we have discussed about the principle of continuity. Principle of continuity. What is the principle of continuity? If the liquid is flowing through a streamlined flow, in that condition, if there are two area projections are there, that means area into velocity will remain constant. Area into velocity. If a liquid is flowing, then area into velocity remain constant. Area into velocity remain constant. So area means area per section and the velocity. Okay, so that velocity is also called the terminal velocity. So it remains constant. It will remain constant if the liquid is flowing through a streamline flow. In that condition, area into velocity remain constant. Okay, so next we'll discuss about the different energy of a flowing liquid. Okay, if a liquid is flowing, there are different types of energy will be produced. What are the different types of energy? If a liquid is flowing through a streamline flow or liquid is flowing so there are different types of energy will be produced. What about different type of energy? First one is the pressure energy. Okay, second one is the potential energy. Potential energy. Third one is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Okay, so there are three types of energy which can be created when the liquid is flowing through a streamline flow. In this particular flow, there are three types of energy will be produced. One is the pressure energy, second one is the potential energy, third one is the kinetic energy. We will discuss one by one. We will discuss one by one what the different types of energies are there. We will discuss one by one. First, what is the pressure energy that will be produced? Okay, so we'll discuss first the pressure energy, then after we'll discuss the potential energy, then after we'll discuss the kinetic energy. Okay, so let us come to the pressure energy. Pressure energy means if a liquid is flowing. Okay, if a liquid is flowing having the area per section A, and if the P be the pressure, if P be the pressure acting on the area of A area, then we know that the pressure energy, whatever the energy that is produced due to the pressure, that is called as the pressure energy. So that can be defined as pressure energy equal to pressure energy. Today we will discuss one of the important topic that is called the Bernoulli theorem. So attend the 50th period as well as the, 60th period compulsory, because there is the important long question was there, that is the Bernoulli theorem. Okay, so pressure energy means whatever the work done that is done by the liquid. If a liquid is flowing, in that condition, whatever the work done that is done by the liquid molecule, that is called the pressure energy. So that means pressure energy equal to work done. Okay, so how can you find out the work done? Work done means force into displacement. Yes or no? So force equal to pressure into area. Pressure into area into displacement. Displacement means here we can take the L as the displacement. Okay. If the liquid having some force F and acting on the liquid exert some force F acting on the area per section A, and the displacement of the liquid is L, then pressure into area, that is force equal to pressure into area. How pressure equal to area? You know that the pressure equal to force upon area. So force equal to pressure into area. Okay, so pressure into area into length, okay, and this is called as the pressure energy. This is called how much, what is energy? Pressure energy. Okay, but if we want to find out, the what pressure energy per unit volume, pressure energy per unit volume. If you want to find out pressure energy per unit volume, then what is the equation? Then per unit volume means what? We have to divide the volume. We have to divide the volume. That means pressure energy is how much? P into A into L divided by volume. Yes or no? So that means P into A into L. Volume means what? Volume means area into length. That is called the volume. So area into length we have to also divide. So that can be cancelled. Okay. So that means area will be cancelled and L will be cancelled. What is the remaining? Only pressure will be remaining. That means if the question is asking find out the pressure energy, so we have to find out P into A into L. Okay. If the question is asking Find out the pressure energy per unit volume. Find out the pressure energy per unit volume. Then you have to write P into A into L divided by volume, that is equal to PAL into AL divided by into, that will be answer will be only pressure. Okay, that is called the excess pressure that you have to find out. Okay, then comes to kinetic energy. Then comes to kinetic energy. Why we will discuss this type of things? Say that means pressure energy. Why we are finding this type of thing? Pressure energy, kinetic energy, potential energy. Because one theorem is there that is called the Bernoulli theorem. Okay. So we will use this type of energy, that means the pressure energy, kinetic energy, as well as the potential energy. The Bernoulli theorem we will use. So first we are discussing this type of energy. First one, pressure energy completed. Then comes to potential energy. Potential energy. We know that the potential energy is, what is the formula potential energy? Potential energy having the formula mgh. Yes or no? Potential energy having the formula what? Mgh. Yes or no? But if we are writing potential energy per unit volume, if you are writing potential energy per unit volume, then what will the equation? Mgh divided by volume. Yes or no? So mass upon volume can be written as rho gh. That can be written as rho gh. Rho means density. Mass upon volume will be the density. Okay. So this is the equation for the potential energy per unit volume. Okay. Then you have to also find out the kinetic energy per unit volume. We will discuss the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, what is the formula of kinetic energy? Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, what is the formula? Half into m into v square. This is the formula for the kinetic energy. You have know that this is the formula for the kinetic energy. Okay. So if this is the formula for the kinetic energy, if you want to find out kinetic energy per unit volume, then what is the answer? Kinetic energy, that means half mv square. Okay, divided by volume. Yes or no? So mass upon volume, we can write in place of mass upon volume, we can write what? Density. That means rho v square also we can write. Yes or no? So these are the different types of energy that are produced when the liquid is flowing through a streamline flow. Okay, in that condition, what are the different types of energy that are produced? These are the three different types of energy. First one is the pressure energy per unit volume, that is the pressure we are getting. Second one is the kinetic energy per unit volume, that means we are getting the half rho v square. Rho means the density, and this is the velocity. Small v, that means velocity. Okay, and capital V we have written volume. Here volume. Okay, capital V means volume and small v means velocity of the liquid molecule. Okay, then comes to next topic is one important long question that is called the Bernoulli theorem. We will start this particular Bernoulli theorem in this period, and next period we will complete it because it is a very lengthy long question. Okay, and all the things are derivation. So if you see it clearly, so that you can understand. Okay. So then Bernoulli theorem. What is the equation for Bernoulli theorem and what is the Bernoulli theorem? So actually, what the Bernoulli theorem says that Bernoulli theorem, it can be defined as, what is the Bernoulli theorem? If you define the Bernoulli theorem, then how can you define the Bernoulli theorem? Just I am telling the statement of Bernoulli theorem. First, when an incompressible non-viscous fluid, flowing through a streamline motion, in that condition, the total energy means what the energies are there? Kinetic energy, potential energy, and pressure energy. Okay, per unit volume will remain constant. Okay, the sum of the total energy, that means the kinetic energy, potential energy, and the pressure energy will remain constant. Okay, so that means pressure energy is how much? P. We have find out lastly pressure energy per unit volume, that is the P, plus kinetic energy is how much? Half into rho v square. Yes or no? And the third one is the potential energy, that means rho gh equal to constant. This statement is very easy. You can make the statement also. If a incompressible non-viscous fluid that is flowing through a streamlined flow. In that condition, the total kinetic energy, potential energy, and pressure energy per unit volume will remain constant throughout the flow. Okay, so this is the statement of the Bernoulli theorem. Okay, so this statement we have to prove this particular equation of the Bernoulli theorem. We have to prove this equation of the Bernoulli theorem. So Bernoulli theorem states that if the if a liquid is having the non-viscous liquid or incompressible liquid is there, so in that condition there are if that is liquid is flowing, in that condition the total pressure energy per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume, and potential energy per unit volume, that means if you add all the three energy, pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy, it will remain constant, it will remain constant. Okay, so these are the statement of Bernoulli theorem. Okay, so you have to prove this law. That means what is the Bernoulli theorem states that you have to prove this law. So let us consider. Okay, so there are two area processions are there, and we have to there are 2 points are also there. Just see that this is the figure of the Bernoulli theorem. This is the A point, and this is the height of H1, and this is the height of H2. H2, and this is the B point having the area. This is having the area A2. Okay, so A2. This is the area of A1. Okay, this is the area of A1, and the second one is the area of A2. Okay, and the second one A2, and this is the A1. Okay, and this is if the liquid is flowing in this particular region, and this region also, two region we have considered. The liquid is flowing in this particular tube in the streamline flow. Okay, so here the velocity is V1, and here velocity is the liquid molecule, that is V2. Okay, here time taken, that is delta t, very small time, that is also delta t we have taken. Okay, and here area of question A1, here area of question A2. H1, it is the height, here it is the height is H2. Okay, so liquid is flowing in this. Okay, so as the liquid is flowing, so how can you what prove this particular Bernoulli theorem? What the Bernoulli theorem statement is saying, that statement is saying that if if a liquid means which type of liquid? It is incompressible non-viscous liquid, that is flowing through a streamline flow. In that condition, the total energy means pressure energy plus kinetic energy plus potential energy, okay, per unit volume remain constant. Per unit volume will remain constant. Okay, so then we have to prove this particular law. This law is a very important long question. Okay, that means the maximum time it has came the exam, so you have to practice it 2-3 times. Okay, so then we have what we have to write. Let us consider a non-viscous incompressible fluid, that is the flowing through a section A and B. Section A to section B, that is the liquid is flowing. Okay, and having the A, here area is A1, here area is A2, and in the section A, the velocity of the liquid molecule, that is V1, and here it is velocity of the liquid molecule, that is V2. Because the area, as the area is narrow here, as the area is narrow, so that the velocity will be more in that condition. Here the velocity will be less, because we have know that equation of continuity, that means A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. Okay, so in that condition, here velocity is V1, here velocity is V2, and time taken, that is delta t, here time taken is delta t, small time taken it is taken. Okay, so first of all we have to find out, this is the figure, then we have to find out how can we derive this particular equation. Just follow the procedure. We have know that whatever the mass of the liquid molecule that is flowing through this cross section, the same mass will be also same mass of the liquid molecule that will be also flowing through B cross section also. If the liquid is flowing in this particular streamline flow, that means whatever the mass of the liquid molecule that is flowing through the A cross section, that same mass will be also flowing through the B cross section. Yes or no? So that means according to the conservation of mass, uh, here also That means whatever the mass of the liquid molecule that is flowing here, the same mass will be also flowing here. So we can write mass equal to what? Mass equal to volume into density. Volume into density. Yes or no? So this is the volume. Volume into density. Okay. So volume equal to how much? Volume equal to area into length into density. Area into length into density. So area in the first A point, first at the A point, you have to mention at the A point, A point, at the A point, what is the area? A1. Okay, and length. Length is we have to consider the length means what? We have know what equation that means velocity equal to velocity of the liquid molecule equal to displacement upon time. Yes or no? So if we want to find out the displacement, then what we have to multiply? Velocity into time. Velocity into time. Yes or no? So in place of length, we can write a v1 into delta t. V1 is the velocity and delta t is the time. V1 is the velocity and delta t is the time. And in place of length, we have mentioned the velocity into time. Okay. And density, that is rho. Density is how much? Rho. Okay. So a1 v1 delta t into rho. A1 v1 delta t into rho, it is the mass of the liquid molecule that is passing through A point. Okay. The same thing will be also followed by the B point. That means M1, this is M1, this is M2 means how much? A2 V2 delta T into rho. Yes or no? So as we know that M1 equal to M2, whatever the mass of the liquid molecule that is flowing at the A point, the same will be also flowing to the B point. That means according to conservation of mass, m1 equal to m2 equal to m. So that means m equal to how much? A1 v1 delta t into rho equal to a2 v2 delta t into rho. Yes or no? So this is the equation of the mass. So this you have to put equation number 1. This you have to put at equation number 1. Okay. This you have to put what which question? Equation number 1. M equal to A1 V1 delta T into rho equal to A2 V2 delta T into rho, equation number 1. Okay. So then comes to, as we know that uh, the according to equation of continuity, according to equation of continuity, according to equation of continuity, what equation of continuity says that a1 v1, that means a1 v1 equal to a2 v2. Yes or no? A1 v1 equal to a2 v2. So that means from this equation, a1 v1 delta t into rho equal to a2 v2 delta t into rho. So delta t rho can be cancelled from both sides. What is remaining? A1 v1 equal to a2 v2. Okay, this is the equation of continuity. Okay, so then we have find out the first equation, that means m equal to a1 v1 delta t into rho equal to a2 v2 delta t into rho. This is the equation number 1. Okay, then comes to, we have to find out the kinetic energy. What is the kinetic? We will discuss one by one. First one, we have to find out the kinetic energy. Then we have to find out the potential energy. Okay. Then we have to find out the what work done. So then lastly, we have to prove that the net work done equal to change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. We have to add the two things. Then after we will get the answer. Okay. Then you just see that uh, change in kinetic energy, of the fluid. That means kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy means what? Change in kinetic energy, equal to how much? Kinetic energy at B point minus kinetic energy at A point. Yes or no? Kinetic energy at B point minus kinetic energy at A point. So kinetic energy at B point is how much? Kinetic energy at B point, that means how much? Half into mg2 square. Yes or no? minus half into m into v1 square. Yes or no? So half into m v2 b2 b at the b point, what is the velocity? v2 half into m v2 square minus half into m into v1 square. So half into m, you just take common, that is what is remaining? v2 square minus v1 square, v2 square minus v1 square. This is the kinetic energy. Okay. So in place of m, we can write what? In place of m, we can write what? A1 V1 delta T into rho. Delta T into rho. From where the equation is come? That means from the equation 1. From the equation 1, we just put the value of m. The value of m is the A1 V1 delta T into rho. So we have put it here. Okay. So then V2 minus V2 square minus V1 square. This is the equation number 2. Equation number 2. Okay. Then similar procedure, we will find the potential energy also. Potential energy is how much? Change in potential energy. Change in potential energy. Okay. So change in potential energy means how much? Potential energy, you know that but potential energy at the B point minus potential energy at A point. So potential energy at B point minus the potential energy at A point. Okay. So potential energy at a B point means, what is the potential energy at B point? That means mgh2 minus mgh1. Is or no? mgh2 minus mgh1. So mg, you just take common. What is remaining? H2 minus h1. At B point, what is the potential energy? mgh2. And here the potential energy is h1. So what is the potential change in potential energy? That means the final potential energy minus initial potential energy. That means mgh2 minus mgh1. So m means what? What is the formula of m? What? A1 v1 delta t into rho. A1 v1 delta t into rho into g into h2 minus h1. Okay. So this is the equation number 3rd. Equation number 3rd. Up to this we have derived. Then after next class, that means of the 60th period, we will derive the work done as well as the, we will equate the equation. That means work done equal to change in potential energy plus change in kinetic energy. We will derive in the next class. Thank you so much.